Hello everybody, Andy here, and today I am going to give you 5 impromptu reviews of books that I have read in the past 2 and a couple of days, weeks. Please ignore the awkward glasses shadow on my face. The lamp that is making the light this good is above me today, so you're gonna get awkward glasses shadows. So first on the list, I don't have the dust jacket here with me because I left it at home and I'm at college now, but I have The Conjurers Riddle by Andrea Kramer. This book is the second book in a series by Andrea Kramer. The first one is The Inventor's Secret. Because it's a sequel, I am not going to be giving you any super important plot details. I'm really not going to describe the plot at all, because I would like you to read the first one and to be surprised by the ending. This book is set in a steampunk version of America if the American Revolution had been lost. So basically, if Britain continued to be ruling over the American colonies. Yeah, the story is about the children of the resistance and things like that. There's intrigue, there's secret societies and magic things and steampunkness, and it's full of wonderful things. As a sequel, I'd say, like, it's pretty obvious this is a sequel, and it doesn't sit as high on my list as the first one does, but I'm still, like, rearing to go for the next one, you know what I mean? So definitely pick up this series. It's fabulous, I have to say. Just gonna make a pile on the floor in front of me. The next book that I picked up was Everything Everything by Nicole Yoon. I actually picked up this book when I saw it at, like, a Target or whatever, and my family was, like, shopping there, and I was like, I don't need to get anything, I'm gonna look at the books, because that's what I do. So basically, I picked this up and read, like, the first 30 pages while we were there, and I was like, I need to find this book. I need to find it. It's been on my list ever since I heard about it, because, like, things like this are just interesting to me. This book is about a girl who is basically allergic to everything, has to live inside a quote-unquote bubble, and then a boy moves in next door, and he's fascinating, and she's fascinated by him, and everything changes, and it's very nice, and lovely, and engaging. It was a very good read. It was a nice book, and I liked it. It is so hard to stay in this shot. But this is the way my camera wants to sit today. I don't know. Alright, the next book that I read is called Bella and the Beast by Olivia Drake. Right now this has a 4-star rating on Goodreads for me, and that's really... It's more of a 3-star book. I overestimated when I originally gave it the star rating, and I'm planning on changing it. This is a 3-star book. So this is Bella and the Beast. It's set in like the 18-somethings. The 1880s or 90s or something like that, in England. And it is about a girl named Bella, whose father has recently died, and she's come back to England with her 2 younger siblings, and, you know, needs to provide for them. And so she goes to work for this guy named Miles Grayson, who is the Duke of Aylwin, and it's essentially Beauty and the Beast in romance novel form. I'll admit, this book was a lot more entertaining than I thought it was gonna be. You know, it is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but it's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast that is interesting. It doesn't just follow the exact criteria of what the original story did. It does some things on its own. It is removed enough from the original for it to be interesting for me, and I really like that. Unfortunately, there are a lot of elements of the way that the people in this book approach sex, and it's problematic in a lot of ways. I'll be honest, the main character, Miles Grayson, the Beast, gets kind of rapey, and it's never addressed in the text as rapey, and it's never, like, it's a problem, obviously, because, like, the characters are like, Bella basically is like, no, that's not okay, but, like, it's not addressed as rapey. When they talk about it like he's threatened to seduce her, and that's really not what's happening. So it's kind of problematic in that way. But like I said, it's still entertaining. It's got a 3 from me. Okay, the next book that I have to show you is called Midwinter Blood by Marcus Sedgwick. This book is kind of an odd book. This is an odd book to describe. Okay, so the year is 2073, and a guy named Eric goes to an island called Blessed, and the island's pretty weird. Eric's like a journalist. He goes to this island to address some rumors that have been heard. He's like an investigative reporter. And he gets there, and it's really weird, and the people are kind of weird. They don't have a hotel, they don't have bed and breakfasts, people apparently don't visit, and he gets there and they give him a house, and they make him drink this weird tea. Not make, but like, they keep making him this weird tea, and it's very suspicious. It's very suspicious. And there's something on the other side of the island that he's looking for, basically. Then the story, moving on, is... It tells a lot of different stories in a lot of different time periods, and it's very interesting in that way. This book made me think. This book makes me think about things. This book didn't make me care about any of the characters that much. Like, I didn't get emotional about any of the moments that happened in this book. But it did make me think about the way we structure stories and the way we expect stories to be, and the way we expect stories, especially of this kind of type, to end, and so that's very interesting to me. So I gave it 4 stars because it's making me think about those kinds of things, and I think, you know, that's an important thing for a book to be able to do, even if it wasn't emotionally hard-hitting, it was intellectually hard-hitting, which isn't something that I normally see in a lot of young adult, and so I like this. Alright, and then the last book that I'm going to show you is my favorite of the 5 that I've read recently, and it is called In the Shadows by Kirsten White, and with art by Jim DeBartolo. And this book is beautiful. This book is just it's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous book. This book is half prose, half kind of graphic novel. The interesting part, the graphic novel sections don't have any words. So, for example, there's this is a very, very beautiful moment. This is very interesting and beautiful as well. The art in this book is gorgeous, which is basically the reason I picked it up in the first place. I really don't even remember what the description in it says. Basically, this book is about a boarding house and the teenagers who live at this boarding house one particular summer in the 1920s or 30s, I believe. Or, no, in the very early 1900s. And there's mysterious and intriguing things going on, and there's the shadow of the supernatural hanging over everything, and strange things are happening. And I love it. I loved this story. It was confusing at first in a lot of ways because the art story doesn't appear to follow the prose story very well at the beginning, so that made things a little bit difficult to work with, just in terms of figuring out what was going on. The art story and the prose story are almost like 2 different stories. Not almost. They basically are 2 different stories, although it's all connected in the end, and it's very, very, very beautiful and fascinating and lovely, and it gives me all the emotions. So basically, this one does all the things that Midwinter Blood did, but it was a little bit more intriguing to me. It was a little bit more emotionally hard-hitting for me, and so this book actually did get 5 stars from me. First 5 stars of 2016, all of you take note, this one is fabulous. It's a beautiful book, and I love it. I got this from the library, and it's on my wish list. I need to own this book, basically, is what I'm telling you, and I think everybody should read it, because it's wonderful. I can't handle this book. It's so great. I can't handle it. So yeah, that was my 5 impromptu reviews of books that I have read over the past 2 weeks and a couple of days. Before you go, preview of thing that I'm currently in the middle of. I'm reading this, which is the Lassoed by Marriage Romance collection, which is a collection of novellas, romantic novellas, in which the couples get married and then fall in love, for whatever reason. Yeah, I've read 2 of them, and it's been very hit or miss so far, aka there's one hit and there's one way miss. So off-base miss. We'll see how it goes. See you next time on, whatever this is. Bye.